Happy Monday. And here's the thing, all is well in the world because Wheel of Fortune is still on. Many of you don't know, but I am so addicted to Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. In fact, if I'm at home and I'm in town at 7 p.m., the only place I think I'm supposed to be is on my couch watching Pat Sajack and Vanna White preserve their youth and keep me engaged with a nice word game. Well, thank you so much for joining again. As I said, I've been holding out because I have some amazing interviews coming up. I've collected my list. I've got the okays from some CEOs and some amazing people who are doing amazing things in the community. I have a couple interviews lined up with some national figures that you know already who are doing some great philanthropic work in their local communities, and they've agreed for me to interview them. So I've been holding back on that until I have my interviews done, but I want to give you a quick update. But there's one thing that I do want to share from my amazing week last week. If you haven't caught on, everything to me is sort of awesome and amazing. So, but last week I was blessed with the opportunity to speak to a group of teenage girls between the ages of 10 and 17 who have an interest in technology. And so this great organization called Technovate hosts a regional pitch competition where 5 teams from across the Southeast compete in a software development tournament where these girls get together, form teams, and think of great solutions in areas like health and hunger and education. And so they had free will to develop whatever app they wanted to in response to those just, United Nations sort of humanitarian issues. Well, hands down, they kicked butt. Those girls all developed top-notch first-tier software applications. They walked us through their apps. They gave us a story as to why they created them. One of the things that took me back, and I didn't know until today that today is National Mental Health Awareness Month, is that of the 5 teams of the young women developers, 3 of the teams all developed an app to deal with the enormous pull, emotional and mental pull on their peers. They all wanted to deal with a way to anonymously help their friends to deal with depression and anxiety and OCD. Because what they explained to us is that social media has put so much pressure on kids in general that there really isn't a safe place for them to, and like what we would do, share their emotions, share their fears, share their frustrations. And of course they're not going to tell their parents. I mean, you've been a teenager, that's the last place you want to go to talk about your feelings. So the question becomes, where do they go to talk these things through? When we were in school, we talked to our best friend, we journal in our books. Well, here now, these young women journal online through Facebook and Twitter and Snapchat. And if they thought that they could trust a friend to share something with, if it ever hit social media, it would destroy their lives. And so if you think about that as a young, growing woman, that's a lot of pressure. And so I just wanted to tell you that I'm going to find a way to do an interview both with those young women who develop those apps, just to kind of get a better understanding of what the scope of the problem really is in schools now as it relates to bullying and mental health. And I don't think enough people are talking about the mental health